Today we will be once again using our At Your Everyday Sketchbook. I have a little bit of gouache right there, but that's okay. We're going to use some gouache. And I figured it would be nice for a change. So we're going to go ahead and begin with the sky. And I am going to use my Sarah Burns size 12 round brush. Actually, scratch that. I am going to use, for now, I'm going to begin with my 3/4 flat brush of Sarah Burns. And I love her brushes for gouache. And they are really lovely. So I'm going to begin with some ultramarine blue mixed with some of this darker, I think it was indigo. And we're just gonna go ahead and apply this. I figured it would just be nice for a change, something different. And I haven't used gouache for a minute, so I thought now would be a really good time. I hope everybody's day is going very nice. I know mine is. I have got a lot of stuff to do, actually. Tonight I'm doing the video, and then I got to get some stuff ready for my shop. I still got to print out some more stickers, so I'm hoping to honestly launch here in a couple weeks. Like I said, I'm going to begin with Etsy, and then I want to go ahead and do a Ko-fi. And one of the nice things on Ko-fi is I'm going to be doing worksheets. So this way you'll have the sketch, like the colors I'm using, and then the final print. I thought it would be a nice way for you guys to follow along. And if you're learning to sketch, or if you just didn't want to try to sketch it yourself, it would be a really easy thing for you guys to do. So, me helping you guys. Okay. So, what I'm trying to do is get this a nice, even blend. And the colors I am using in gouache, I have curated in a palette. I have let it dried. Okay. So hopefully that's not too streaky. I would not want that. I'm going to go ahead and move my tea, guys, because I can see me accidentally dipping my brush into the wrong thing. So I'm just going to move it way out of the way. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want to paint down here. And I am going to use some of my moss green to begin with. And I have it mixed with quite a bit of water. Well, not a whole lot, but kind of, I would say, like a milk consistency. But I thought it's always good to have a change. And I have been using watercolor for a while. So I really thought it was time to switch it up for some gouache. I am going to also be trying, there's a art show that I would like to do. It's at the Toledo Zoo. And so I'm hoping I can get enough paintings done and everything to do it. I I have never done an art show, and one of my goals this summer is to actually do one of those, like, not an art show, I've done those, but art fairs. But, and speaking of art shows, I actually do have an art show in May. So, I will be participating in that. Okay, so now I got the first shade. I'm going to go ahead now and I am going to take a mixture of some phthalo green, and I am going to go ahead and mix some of that with some yellow ochre to try to get a darker shade. Taking some more of that phthalo green, and we'll go ahead and test the color out. I'd say that's pretty good. I haven't used gouache for a while, so we'll see how this turns out. I want to try to get a blend between these two colors. That's the only thing when you go back and forth between different mediums. I don't think you truly ever master one thing. But I guess that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and take in this. Okay. And I do like how that is looking. With the lighter and then the darker on the bottom. Perfect. Okay. So then I am going to take I want to take a little bit more of the green shape. I'm going to take a smaller brush. So I'm going to use Sarah Burns' size 6. And I'm going to take a little bit more of that yellow ochre. And I kind of want to begin with that. So I'm going to go ahead, trying to not put my hand in it, but I'm going to go ahead and I want to start with this yellow ochre by having that green on my brush, because I want to do a bush. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of this darker color and I am going to just go ahead and try to dab it in. Perfect. Okay. So now I got that. I want to go ahead and do the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of this burnt sienna. And I'm going to take some ultramarine blue. A little bit more ultramarine blue. Because I want to get a grayish, like neutrally type color. Okay. And then a little bit more burnt sienna. So we got a brown. And then a little bit more blue. And then we got her right here. So we can put that for our roof. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch that in. I really love using gouache. Does anybody watch Sarah Burns? Sarah Burns Studio. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love her. She's the one that has really inspired me for plein air painting, and she has really inspired me to paint landscapes and to paint outside. Is anybody participating in plein air pro? I am, but I'm not able to do it on a everyday thing yet. So this year, I did it the last year, and I did it on my own the year before. So I'm just don't have the time to really commit to it this year. However, anybody who gets the chance to really do it should. It's a wonderful experience, and it's wonderful art therapy. So I'm going ahead and just filling in the door. And then I'm just making 2 little squares, more like rectangles for windows. And I didn't sketch those out ahead of time because in gouache it's relatively easy to do it. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a little black chimney. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this and we need to do our hill in the back. And for that, I want to use yellow ochre. I really am going to like how that's going to look. So taking it, mixing it with some of this yellowish color. I think that's going to look really nice. Yeah, I like that against that sky. Sorry guys, I'm like losing my voice today. I don't know what it is. It's allergy season. I know what it is actually. So just doing this, being mindful of the house. Don't want to get it onto the roof. And once again, we're working on another folk art inspired landscape, which I love so much. Like I said, I don't know how many plein air videos I'll get to record. So I'm going to try to get some done, but like I said, I have a lot on my plate right now, so I'm having hard enough time right now trying to get these videos done for you fine folks, let alone trying to do plein air. It's a little different, and it's a lot easier just to right now do a video in my studio. So, but if anybody's interested in a plein air video, please let me know down in the comments, and I will try my best to accommodate. However, I think I'll be also doing some flowers in the near future. I have a video coming up that I want to do with you guys, and I'm really excited for it. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I don't want to tell you guys now and spoil the surprise. You know, flowers have not been I am not the most secure with flowers. However, I think I got one down where I am comfortable enough to show you. Okay, so taking our brownish mix, I want to take a little bit more burnt sienna and just kind of, basically just kind of mixing it around because I want it a little bit darker than the actual burnt sienna. Here we go. Yeah. So that is going to be pretty good. And then I'm going to actually take some of this burnt sienna, or burnt umber. Here we go. I just wanted to get that mix. And then we're going to go ahead to a smaller brush. I'm using my Etcher size 4. And this has a really sharp point. Oops. Along that I don't drop it. And I'm trying to watch the time on my video, guys. I'm doing this on my phone and myself. That is what you're not supposed to do. I don't know if you guys can see it. That little mark there. Yeah, that's what you gotta be careful of when you're doing this, but that's okay. We'll make it work. So, just drawing some little trees here. And I want to do some light branches, and you guys can kind of do the trees how you want. The important thing is to have the trunk a little bit thicker than the branches. So basically kind of like so. Okay. And then another tree here. And the trees you can just kind of do how you want. No rhyme or reason how I'm doing it. Just the key is just trying to get thin, delicate branches. And since this is kind of like a folk art style to me, I kind of like giving it a little whimsical wisp, as you will. But I am looking forward, I think here soon we're supposed to be in the 70s, so it will be really nice. And then tomorrow, if it's not storming, which is supposed to storm all day, I'm supposed to have a plein air group. Because I normally go on Thursdays with a group of ladies. However, I think it's going to be stormy, so I think it's going to be out tomorrow. Spring weather in Ohio, never fun. Not with we get a lot of storms, but we got a lot of rain coming once again. They're possibly saying like 2 inches by morning, so we'll have to see. It's already raining, so we'll have to see how much we get this time. Okay, and we got a little branches, and trying to make the trees slightly different from each other. You don't want them all looking the same. And I like how that looks. And then I think what I want, I want to add little flowers. And give it a spring look. I'm telling you guys, I am getting flowers down a little bit. I am feeling a lot more secure. And then make them look like they're in the distance here. So as you go up towards the front, up here, you're going to want, like up towards the house, you want the flowers to get smaller. And then down here, they're going to be bigger. But I just wanted to add a little extra color. And the good thing with gouache is you can actually layer this way. You can actually, like, you can go over the colors, where with watercolor you would almost have to preserve this with some masking fluid, or maybe go over it with a lot more opaque, because basically what gouache is opaque watercolor. Okay. And I love this brush here. It's so versatile with it being smaller. So I'm just taking a mixture of colors to get a dark center, because I don't have a black on here. And I don't like using a straight up black anyway. I rather make my own. But that's a little watery and we don't want that. So we want a little thicker consistency. But I want it for the center of my flowers. And then just little tiny dots back here. Just a hint. Okay. So then just gonna put some stems. Taking a fine point. We're just going to do it this way and give it a little whimsical look. And then let's put in some grasses. This way we're going to make it look like it has some wild flowers up front. So let's go ahead, and I think we're going to add a little bit of yellow. My yellow here is getting a little clumpy, but that's okay. We can totally work with it. There we go. It creams right up. And then I want to add some, just a little dabs of some yellow in here as well. And it's just going to give it, like I said, I just want to give it a wildflower look to it. It's one of the things I love about gouache is that you can layer. Okay, and then once again, I want to take some more. Oh, I love how this is looking. Okay. I want to make sure you guys are in range. And you guys can see everything you can. like I said, I'm getting used to this ring light. And what it is, my ring light has a spot for the camera. And so, okay, and I took some fresh white. I want it for the moon. The other thing you guys are going to be seeing me work on this channel is some illustrations. For the stickers and everything, I'm going to be learning how to illustrate. So if anybody's interested in watching my growth on illustration, let me know. It's going to be a lot to learn. And I'm really beginning to love to sketch. And some of my stars are kind of big, but that's okay. And then, you know me, I like doing my little special star. Okay, and then I think down here, I just want to add a little bit of white. Just so here and there. As if there's some little Queen's Anne's lace or whatever. And all I'm doing is just a little dabs. And it's just going to add a bit more color. And then once again, we will add our stems. Okay. But I really love how this looks. And then I want to add a little bit of leaves to our tree. And all I'm doing is just dab, 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 dab. Okay, I love that. It really needed it. So then we're going to just add a little darker on top. I want to give it a little bit more in depth. See, it just makes that much of a difference when you can add the dark. I'm taking some more of that green, mixing it, because basically we want to get a dark. Taking some of this, I think it's kind of like a perylene, but it's called like black green or something. But you can take a green and mix it with some ultramarine blue and you're going to get a dark color, or mix it with some burnt umber or indigo. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. I want to go ahead and with the white ones, I'm adding a little darker green and keeping everything just really light and wispy. And you guys, I love how that turned out. I'm going to go ahead and call it done with gouache. I'll keep fidgeting and messing and you can get to the point where you eventually just overwork your painting. So, and I don't want to do that. I just want to add a little bit more dark so it looks a little bit like leaves. And we are done with that. So now that we're done with our painting, we're going to go ahead and untape it for the big reveal. If you guys have stayed with me till the end, you guys are truly superstars. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and share with your friends. It really helps me with the algorithm and lets YouTube know that you guys like my videos. And it's a great way to support the channel. So you guys have a blessed day. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone. Hi, friend. Today we are painting this folk art inspired spring landscape. We are going to be using our Etcher Everyday Sketchbook, and I am going to be using some gouache. We're going to have some fun painting some spring flowers and just letting loose with this art therapy and unwinding and letting our stress go away. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and enjoy the video.